Masquerades in Zimbabwe, welcome to our channel Zim Confessions and Deep Secrets. Kana kariki kutanka kukuya panino channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Kana chungwa karoka subscribe, but don't forget to comment and share this video. Nasimere Zimbabwe takuigirai nyaya ya buditswa ne the ANC, one of my ministers, the president Ramaphosa, Fikile Mbalula, abuda achimoka the government ya president Mnangagwa wa Zimbabwe yachitaura iye achiti it took them years kuti vaonekwe vachipinda mucoalition yachitaura yachiti ivo ne the DA hazvinango vatorera 14 days kuti vaonekwe vachijoina hands kuti vaendese nyika yavo kumberi. Zvashamiswa vazhinji considering a relationship yangaina Ramaphosa pamwe chete naMnangagwa zvakare neANC pamwe chete ne Zanu PF. Funga ANC yakanga yadedza Zanu PF kuti ibatsire pama-elections akaitwa South Africa. So after South Africa yajioma, after ANC yajioma yatadza ku wina ma-elections pakawanikwa pachitwa coalition izo zvakastraina relationship Zimbabwe and South Africa. So Fikile Mbalula abuda achimoka the Zanu PF government ninyaya yekuramba coalition muri Zimbabwe tikati mungonzwa zvataurwa na Minister Fikile Mbalula muhamadzi zvaimufunga pamusoro penyaya iyi comment section.
Everybody agreed South Africa has embraced the GNU as a country. South Africa says to the world, it has never happened in the world that you can put up government in such a short notice and form government. Many countries, they take a year arguing. Here next door in Zimbabwe, our friends, when they formed GNU, they took a longer period. In DRC, I went to DRC. When I arrived there was still no government. They were forming government. Here in South Africa, it happened within 14 days. It was done and dusted. When Malema woke up, we were done. We're done with GNU gone. So we're not talking things that are untouchable.
Funga mangozi nzira mega zataurwa na Fikile Mbalula sasa zio tunaona si nyai kuti is there a strain between relationship ya ANC na Zanu PF zvashamiswa mazhinji zvakare it seems as if relationship between Ramaphosa and President Mnangagwa is kudiwa ni vanhu vakati one day mu South Africa kusanganisira ma MPs arimo mu coalition mu South Africa nema ministers arimo tufunga one of my opposition MPs akambobuda vunza Ramaphosa pamusoro pe relationship yake na Mnangagwa achivunza achiti kuwirana kwavo vaviri ava kuri pai muri Zimbabwe. Zvinzi waizidi Ramaphosa anonoenda achinowirirana ne ma-leaders ari kuabuse ma-human rights zvinhu zvakadaro zvinotanisha image South Africa. Toti mungonzwa zvitaurwa navalomola pamusoro penyaya iyi neresponse yakapiwa na Ramaphosa. Toti mungonzwa mega muhamadzi zvamuri kufunga pamusoro penyaya iyi comment section.
Honorable President, firstly, I want to celebrate our stance as consistent since democratic history of our country on facilitating human rights in the continent. And I think we've taken a forthright and a strong position in this regard. What I am wanting to understand, Mr. President, is that beyond just proclaiming the statements, how do we reconcile our position in being able to meet with leaders such as Mr. Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, who faces some serious allegations on the basis of allegations of genocide in the early 2000s and now continues to wage war in Sudan. Equally so, Mr. President, South Africans were well treated to information about the fact that Zanu PF were looking to advise during the elections to the South African government. Now, Mr. President, given that...
Honourable Maimani, your time has expired, but you can complete your question in a sentence.
So my question is, how do we move from merely speaking about human rights to condemning acts in Zimbabwe and
Order,
in Sudan?
members, the President cannot hear the question. Mr. President.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker. I'd like to say to Honorable Manyi and indeed to Honorable Sope that if my reference to the title is offensive, I apologize and I withdraw. So it's not a matter that one should articulate if it is found to be offensive. And I guess maybe because of having been legally trained, when you see another person who's been legally trained, you have that tendency of wanting to ascribe certain titles to them. So I apologize and I withdraw. Coming to Honorable Malema's question, no.
Honourable members, Honourable President, I have to remind you it was the Honourable Maimani's question.
Wabona kore. Ke le milela ka la rata bjano le no bolela fela. Honorable Maimani's question about why one or we would continue to meet people like General Dagalo. As a country, we've often said that in order to foster peace, we should be willing to meet those who are involved in conflict situations. And that has been the practice that even my predecessors have been involved in, where we are, as we broker peace amongst belligerent parties, we are prepared and willing to meet with them so that we are able to understand precisely what drives them, and also so that they can understand where we come from as we advocate for peace. So we believe that we should not say, we will not meet this one and we will only meet this one. You may recall, Honorable Maimani, that we were, as South Africa, part of the African peace mission that went to both Ukraine and to Russia. And that meant we were willing to talk to both parties who are involved in the conflict, with a view of getting the two parties to meet so that they can have a peace process. You cannot make peace with just the one party that is involved in a conflict. You've got to be willing to meet with both parties, and that's precisely what we have done. You may or may not know that with regards to Sudan, we have met both parties. We have met both generals, both the generals who are involved in this conflict. We've met them, and we've communicated to them the need for peace. Of them were aimed. Both came to South Africa, and I met them. And I would like to believe that as we engage with them and we talk to them, the positions that they may well have also begin to be tempered towards having a peaceful solution. So we don't subscribe to the notion that you should not meet this one because they are branded in a particular way. As a neutral party, non-aligned, we believe that it is best to make all efforts to ensure that there is peace in whatever conflict that there is. And that has stood us well. And whenever we do so, we are able to give notice to the other belligerent party so that they should never misunderstand our intentions. They should always understand that our objective is to ensure that there is peace in whatever conflict. And that has always been accepted. And you may recall as well that last year we did participate on the sidelines brokering the peace between the belligerent parties in Ethiopia. And they finally came here. And that we were able to do by talking to both parties and making sure that, yes, there is peace. Even in the conflict in the DRC, we are working to talk to all the parties that are involved. So it is important that as we foster peace, we should be seen as an honest broker. We should be seen as a peacemaker who is willing to bring belligerent parties together.